Hello, my friend. Welcome once again to another episode of the Red Delta Project podcast, teaching you how to maximize your results with minimalist approaches to diet and exercise. Matt Schifferly here, founder of the Red Delta Project and author of the books that sponsor these episodes like Grind Style Calisthenics and Smart Bodyweight Training. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can find the link down below in the description to the complete RDP library, or go to reddeltaproject.com for all those books, as well as the one-click free PDF ebooks that I have available for you there as well. So you're probably sick of hearing it by now, but of course, coronavirus is everywhere these days, and that's what we're kind of talking about today. But ultimately, what we're really talking about is how to disaster-proof your fitness plans. And this is a big reason why a lot of the things here at Red Delta Project are the way they are, is because right now, gyms are closing down. The gym I work at, it closed down. A lot of people are finding themselves on their heels regarding their diet and exercise habits, and they're thinking, how in the world am I going to be able to maintain my habits? And some people are just flat out giving up, and some people are just thinking, what the heck am I going to be able to do? But the fact is, some people are actually going to come out of this coronavirus thing in better shape than they went into it. And that's because they're starting to adjust and adapt to their current circumstances. And that's what RDP is all about, is giving you the tools to basically be able to stay in shape no matter what's going on in your life. So you've got little time, little energy, coronavirus, blizzard, you're broke, whatever goes on in your life, your results are disaster proof. You can still maintain and even get better and make progress no matter what is going on. Now, this is a little bit of a different priority, recognizing that, because a lot of times when you go to fitness experts and companies and stuff, they're all about abs or losing weight or getting in better shape. And that's all good stuff and things. But I learned from a very early age that that stuff is trivial compared to the ability to have a sense of independence about your habits. Now, let me give you this story to kind of illustrate where I'm coming from so you know where my foundation for RDP is, because I've been in this situation before. I've been in this panic-ridden, stress and anxiety-ridden every single day situation before, which is what set the tone for how RDP came about. See, when I was a freshman in high school, I discovered strength training for the first time, UVM Strength Gym. And to call it a gym was a little generous. Now they've got a big, huge fitness center. But back then, it was basically a large closet with a bunch of dilapidated equipment. There was no airflow, there was no AC and stuff. And it wasn't even on campus maps. It was almost like a speakeasy. You had to climb a rickety old flight of stairs and knock 3 times. And that is if someone would let you in and kind of thing. It was very hard to find. But nonetheless, I found it. And I was working out there, and that was the first time I discovered that, oh wow, if I put resistance against my muscles, that feels really good, and it makes them bigger and stronger. This is freaking awesome. Of course, I had no idea what I was doing, pull downs behind the head. My chest routine was just the pec flies on the pec deck kind of thing, and lots of curls, of course, and I didn't work my legs because I was a cyclist, and I was like, I don't need to work my legs. So no idea what I was doing, but I did know that I needed to keep using that gym. If I didn't keep using that gym, then my ability to get bigger and stronger would be seriously jeopardized or just null and void. So at the end of the semester, I got really nervous and anxious about, oh, can I still come in here? Can I still work out? And so I asked the front desk lady, I was like, when can I work out in the summer? Please tell me you have summer hours. She's like, oh yeah, don't worry. We got summer hours. We got you covered. And I was like, whew, thank heavens. She's like, yes, we're open 4 to 6, Tuesday and Thursday. I'm like, 4 to 6, like 4 a.m. to 6, what? No, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You have a 2-hour window twice a week. That's it. And just so happens that summer, I also had a job that didn't have set hours. It was one of those jobs where you'd show up and they'd give you a list of things to do, and you were done when you got done with the list. It could take you 6 hours, it could take you 12 hours. You never knew. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I would get my list and I would race through it. I'd get like speeding tickets when I was driving from one site to the next. I would like skip lunch, so I was like starving when I get to the gym and everything. By the end of the summer, I couldn't maintain it and I had just quit. But that taught me that the more I had to depend on an external factor like a gym or equipment or resource, the less I'm actually in control of my own health and fitness. And over time, I tried all sorts of different variables. I built a home gym. I got rid of my bed and stuff because I thought if I have my own equipment, that'll give me control. But of course, I needed to always have access to that and be in a certain place. So over time, I was always aware of this idea of the more I have to depend on external circumstances, the less I'm actually able to control my own health and fitness. Which is why when I finally came across the methods that I use now, I took to them like crazy, not just because I thought they were terribly effective, but because it finally fostered a sense of independence, freedom, and adaptation to stay in shape no matter what my circumstances were. So the first strategy that I discovered and have implemented since is a principle-based approach to fitness. Now, in fitness, you often hear of things like evidence-based approach, where things are based on research, which is certainly good, but you can't really make the best plans on just that. Because as much as we think that research studies and stuff give us a clear path on what to do, it usually doesn't when you really get down into it. Which is why you also have what I call a method-based approach. Now, a method-based approach, sometimes people say we're evidence-based, but a method-based approach is actually when you base your success on doing things a certain particular way. Like, this is our workout program that we do. This is our dietary strategy that we do. They'll say they're evidence-based, but it's actually method-based. Now, you can always tell a method-based approach by saying, this is how we do it, and we have a dogmatic approach to it. Like, this is the one way we can do it. This is the one way we can eat. And they'll base it on scientific research, but that's not actually evidence-based, because what they're doing is they're cherry-picking the research to say that their dogmatic approach is the one and only or best way to go about it. That's not evidence-based. That's actually method-based. And method-based is high maintenance. Method-based are the ones that are feeling the effects right now the most, because they're like, this is the best way to work out, this is the best way to eat, this is the way I have to do it in order to stay in shape. Now, principle-based approaches don't have a particular method in mind. Principle-based approaches recognize that your ability to get the results you want isn't dependent on a particular diet or exercise program. A principle-based approach is, these are the principles of Mother Nature that are actually responsible for your results. Focus on those and use whatever method and diet and exercise strategy you can use in your current circumstances to satisfy those principles. Now, if you want to learn more about that, check out my first book, Fitness Independence. That's what it's all about. Because when you understand the principles of fitness, you can use whatever diet, whatever food, whatever exercises, and whatever workout plan you like and what fit your current circumstances. And as long as you're satisfying those principles, you'll get the results you want. But you're free and flexible, so that way you don't have to depend on any particular equipment or workout method or dietary strategy, which can lead to a lot of stress when life throws you a few curveballs. The second strategy is low maintenance approaches to exercise. Low maintenance means you need less equipment, less time, less motivation, less energy, less of everything. And this is a little bit of an inspiration from the world of technology, right? Computers now are everywhere. Everybody's using computers. But I remember a time when I was a kid, computers were big, bulky, expensive, and a total pain in the neck to use. But now, I mean, you're using a computer just to listen to this podcast. Why? Because everything became low maintenance. You need a lot less time, money, energy, and know-how to get a lot more out of the use of a computer now. So that's my strategy with working out. Same exact thing. That's why we do progressive calisthenics, grind style calisthenics, micro workouts that take a lot less time and energy. By the way, I just posted a killer quad micro workout on the RDP YouTube channel. Destroys your quads. Very effective, very satisfying, under 5 minutes. No equipment necessary at all. Perfect for home workouts. So those approaches that require so much less but give you so much more leave you with more of a sense of independence over your own ability to exercise and condition your body. And then finally, the third strategy, of course, is a flexible, healthy eating approach. Because now we've got all sorts of like shortages in grocery stores and stuff. And people are starting to get nervous. Like, I can't get my organic Kobe grass-fed beef that's been aged and dolphin safe and all of these other things. Like, all they got are these cheap Big Bubba hamburger patties in the freezer section. Now, for guys like me, yeah, I prefer the grass-fed stuff, but if I've got Big Bubba's hamburger patties that are probably 12 years old and full of nitrates, that's still fine. That's still protein. I can still roll with that. It's okay. But some people who have very method-based approaches to their diet plans are now feeling a lot of stress, and they're tempted to even just give up on the whole thing. They're not flexible. So again, with the healthy eating strategies here at Red Delta Project, we recognize that the principle of a healthy diet doesn't depend on just eat these foods, don't eat those foods. Your diet isn't automatically healthy because you avoid sugar. It's also not healthy just because you eat vegetables. It's healthy based on the principle of healthy eating, which is satisfying your appetites. And recognizing what your appetites are and looking at your current circumstances and being able to satisfy them as effectively as possible will ensure that your diet stays healthy with whatever resources you have on hand at the given moment. So it takes a lot of stress off your mind and emotional stress, because a lot of times we get a lot of emotional stress based on if we can quote, eat right and stick to our diet. But when we have a flexible approach, not only is that far healthier for your body, but it's way healthier for your mind and emotional state too, because you don't have to worry about sticking to a super strict method-based diet that may be terribly impractical or almost impossible in your current circumstances. So I really hope you're staying healthy out there, you're staying productive, you're being good, you have a good approach to diet and exercise that's really helping you get through this thing, not only just getting through it, but you'll be in better shape at the end of this whole coronavirus thing rather than worse off for it. Again, if you want to learn more, check out my books on Amazon down below in the description, or reddeltaproject.com for more information on grind style and calisthenics and micro workouts, as well as healthy eating strategies and a principle-based approach to fitness. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, be fit, live free.